Okay, welcome into this cassette. I want to show you something. I'm going to put my mouse on. You see my mouse over here? If you pretend that this is a coat, goes all the way around the neck here, and this is the other coat or wings, and this is on the back of the neck, it could be the plaque of the superhero, in which if you take a good look, you see these silver coins up here, silver coins over here, it's from the passage. You see there's water here, there's land, and there's water here. Pretend this is the clouds and we're playing in the sky. This is under the water. Everything's now upside down. This is a hat. This is a sword. He lowers the sword. He'll lower the sword all the way until here. You can see a little king's crown and the hook. So he lowers the cap all the way down to here, and then the money comes down. And then this guy who's made of gold, and this guy who's got a mustache, a nose, and a pirate's hat. And now they're playing for the money. But they don't know in all fools is no matter what, that cap comes up, comes right out of your neck, which you always think is the thyroid gland, and the game is over. So there's water. So there's more than one world here. Just want to take away this. And then you can notice over here, right here, you see it's attached to the sword, and over here. This is what keeps the headdress. It can also be taking away this. There can be someone's big face right here, and this is their cape or their hair. When in all actuality, this says liberty or dern. What does that mean? And there's the eagle there. So it's like the pirates are playing against the gold. Here, if you see, there's an arm here. You see this screen here? It's like an arm. He has an arm here, an arm here, an arm here, an arm here, and it's a little spider. And this thing can turn around. It sees one time forward. The minute it goes to the left or the right, it automatically sees three. This is one location facing you. He turns here, he turns here. Automatically, he's in the center of his two sides. The only one he does not get is the back and here, but it doesn't matter. The back comes as a set of 3, and the front comes as a set of 3. In between, you are linear from here to here. It's like a bicycle. Almost like the mug and dovey. Everybody says, well, how come the mug and dovey does this? Well, I'm going to explain it to you. See, the mug and dovey has six arms of 60 degrees. For one of the reasons is straight up and down. That's its center core. It rolls over each other. Or just like us and the sun, we roll over each other. So 2 out of the 8 angles of 45 degrees, which is the number chart, okay, are not counted. So if 2 out of 8 are not counted and 3 by 2 is 6 are counted, that'll make 3 out of 4. 3 and 4, Earth and Mars. And I can go on with Earth and Mars, and maybe I will, but I'm going to bring my face into this. It's a little drawing I did. I'm going to bring my face into this, put it a little bit bigger. And another thing I wanted to say that I didn't say is that A and B, which is Venus and Mercury, have no moons. A has to make B. So how does A make B? And if A makes B, it's itself. It's its planet. It's its moon. It's whoever it is in itself. One of these planets, or maybe 2 of these planets, don't even exist. And don't count out Pluto. Because without Pluto, there is no passage between the 2 sides. Well, there's more than 2 sides, because there's the intra-world, which I've mentioned so many times, which is the between the 2 worlds, because you can't go in one door and end up on the other side. That means while you're taking a step, you'd be in both worlds. Unless you're spirit 1 and 2, which crisscross each other, and it's on the 1 dice, and it ends up looking like this, or like this, or like this, or like this. I heard that. Did you hear that? Should I make this a long video or a short video? You know what it's really cool? I wonder if I can show you this. See on the door there? See the pair of pants on the door? Can you see them? Yeah, they're all painted. I'm going to go slow with this one, but I didn't want to make it too long. I did a really good video. I mean, a really good thought I had, and it worked out in numbers. I mean, 6 and 4, I mean, whatever numbers it is, all the numbers, I mean, it's all crazy. Center C piano, I'll show you one. I'm just going to add this one onto the list for those who are taking part. Center C piano. We start at +5 and -5. How do we start at +5 and -5? We stretch out our arms. Look, we got 5 fingers. What do you want to call it? So the minute you stretch out your arms, now you only can make one decision. Either you're going right or you're going left. If you go left, the middle between where you begin and as far as you have stretched is 1 and 5, and the middle is center C. The Baltic, just to change this over, Mars and Earth, number 43 in Monopoly, because the Baltic is the third area, but you have to go another 40 around to hit it the second time. Just in case you hit the Mediterranean on your DNA 41 Sesame Street, watch out for Grover hanging on a lamppost. Do I make fun of everything I do? I'd be nervous as shit knowing I have 100 people that sometimes watch me some of the time. I mean, it's not a lot. Imagine if it was 1 million people. I'd be flat out. I'd be on the floor. I really didn't come here for the attention, but I really and truthfully, I feel that there is some attention. I love it. Just I wish I wasn't having that heart attack. Rubik's Cube. We're going to get back to something else. We're going to add on maybe something else. Rubik's Cube. This is a corner. There are 8 of these. 8 by 3 is 24. We carry the outside. The crisscross on the outside, or corner to corner, only creates 1 X. Until you turn Rubik's Cube, now you can create the second X. But because of all the colors, you can keep creating X's till there's so many X's. I haven't made it there yet. That's more towards our time. I'm sort of like back in time, how everything came to be. Don't forget, there's the other one like this, which is only here, and there are 8 of them. 8 by 2 is 16, letter P. The one with the 3, 8 by 3 is 24, letter X, P and X. 4 plus 4 is 8, H. Pharmaceuticals? I don't know, you tell me, especially when it says ceutical. Medication, Mediterranean, the Middle East. All seems to be a little bit, I mean, you can't shove in, I mean, everything is in the center, right? Does that mean you can say it's the average? Anyways, let's say something else like this. The roulette wheel in the middle of the board between 16, which is the low number, and 21, which is the high number, equal to an average of 37, 37, 37. If the 37, okay, is multiplied by 6, okay, which is the Magen David, would be 180, and 6 by 7 is 42, would be 222. Multiplied by the octagon, 8, is 1776, which is the same as 789 plus 987. Anyways, where else did I want to go with this? Did I want to tell you about what number 1 and 2, I started to say 1 and 2, A and B. There's no moons on Mercury. There's no moons on Venus. But Venus says love of life. Why? Because S-U-N is the letter. It says spirit of one because of the mixture between English and French. Also because it creates the letters 54, which is 5 by 4, 20. 5 plus 4 is 9, which is the first 6 numbers in Rubik's Cube, which is the passage portal of 2 and 9. 2 by 9 is 18, which is the angel resident of who I am, a spirit angel of man. That is the connection of how it's made through those numbers, 29. And we end up going 11 and 18 equals 29 by adding and multiplying the resident angel, the R letter. So we have number 29, and the 29th day of February, and 1 of every 4 years there's a birth child that we have to extend the 1 extra day by 0.25 because of the child that was born on this earth for our connection to the wherever, whatever you'd like to say. So, and also 54 is 9 times 6, which is the face of Rubik's Cube, which are 9 areas, and there are 6 faces is 54, and in each space can be broken up into 9. Is 54 by 9 is 486, is almost like saying 7286, except we're on the 4 side instead of on the 3 side. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just like in pi, the 3 in pi, add 4. It's the 7. You're on the other side. Now you have to make every single number in pi look like 7. 3.14 pi would be 4.96 pi. This is what pi would look like. And then if you want, we can bring it into the 10 world by putting the 7 here, and a 9 and a 6, we'd have 796. And these are all different calculations on different levels, and one is the gateway 7. I think that's what it is, where the giraffe puts his head down, letter G, over to number 9, and he comes back up, and the child is brought into the world or is lifted by a stork. Why do they lift by a stork? Because 8, okay, and 6 are like this on the calculator. So the question is, the 8 comes out of the sky and flies into 6. Or on the telephone, it's this way, where it goes up. So you have to see there's which way is it actually. So the start comes down as the draft bends itself over, because number 7 is over from 8 and 9. As you get the 7 up from the 9, 7 up from the 9, slides down through 8 into 6, means 6 man, or we live in the 8th world, which would be more or less like Neptune or Venus, a heart in Venus, because there is no moon. Don't forget, Mars and Earth are the only 2 planets that don't have the letter U. And when I'm not choosing anybody for the day, Tuesday. So I did 1 and 2, okay, and I'm not sure where I missed. Now 1 and 2 creates 2 and 3, and number 23 also creates 11 by 2 times 3 and 2 plus 3. Now you're talking about Venus and Earth. Now that you've created Venus and Earth, 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 6 and 5. Now you have the man of F. Why? 6 and 5th letter says F. And it's basically, there's not very many that the vowels are situated in such an area like D, E, and F, because those are the exact letter put, and it's 4, 5, and 6, in which 4 and 6 is almost like number 2 and 3. 2 times 23 is 46. Also stands for Israel and creates X's. 6 by 4 is 24. 24th letter is X. 6 plus 4 is X in Roman numerals. And the question is, 6 and 4 is 10. 10, okay, in the roulette game is black. There's 2 blacks. 10 and 28, which is man and the receptor of 28 time heaven. And 1 and 19 are red 20. That's our interior communication, like the cat. Black and red. Communication vibration. I guess the dog, you can call him black. And also in roulette, 10, 8, 11, and 13 all connect together. You can almost say Michael Jordan stepped on in and stepped onto the moon. That program of Michael Jordan, which was Space Jam, I mean, it was definitely part of the moon, because he has all those numbers with 8, I'll never forget this, which is just above 11, because you add 3 in roulette, it's just below, and 8 is on the angle to 10, which is 2 away, and 10 is 1 from 11, so they make a triangle right away. 10 is above 13, which would say the letter M, and the letter J is 10. Michael Jordan right there, 10, 13, 23, and 8 and 11 equaling to 19, total of 42, and that number is the coming of Nibiru. Because number 2 is 5 and 9, and that says the birth opening the portal of E-I-E-I-O. And since that rhyme is so old, we know that the 3 little pigs of communication are coming back into this world. I don't know how it works. I just know what it is. So then we get 2 and 3. And another thing about 2 and 3 is that Paul Willer was talking that, well, it's 23.5 degrees above and it's 23.5 degrees below. Well, 23.5 and 23.5 make 47. And multiply, there's so many things to multiply. 88 by 47, what happened in that period of time starting at 0? 50 by 47, Moses was born. 30 times 47, and Jesus was born, and it says 1410, which is like 10-4. Then 43 times later, Barack Obama's number, and number 47 is the Super Bowl we just had, and number 47 and number 43 times 47 equals to 2021, which is in 7 years, but the left of it is 2014, like I spoke before, and to the right of it is 2028. One is time heaven. 2014 equals to 34, which is 6 times 4, and 6 plus 4, like I just showed you, would be 24 and 10, both x's equaling to 34, which is Mars and Earth. 3 plus 4, 3 times 4 equals to 12 and 19, back to 1 and 2 again, and the 1 and 2 equaling to 19 is the 1 yellow and the 9 yellow, and it is your 1 spirit of the 9 birth. So 6 by 4 equals to 34. And it says 1 birth in its name. Why? O-N-E. O15, N. Excuse me, O15, N14 equals to 29 again. The first 2 numbers in pi, 14 and 15. E is the 5. 14, 15 is 29, plus 5 is 34. 34 and 1, they're the same. There's so many things that connect. The way you can take Roman numerals and put 3 1s to the right and only 1 to the left. And in fact, They're not even ones. I'm using them as nines now, even though they can revert. 1 and 9 can reverse. Okay, but I'm using it as a 9 because it has a bar at the top. So anytime you see a Roman numeral 1, 1, 1, and 1, which says, let's say V111, which says life of 3, life of creation, you take that 111, you make them all 9s. You make that 27. Plus the V is 32. And you have come into this world 32. 3 times 2, 3 plus 2 is 11. 32 and 11 is 43. And we're back into the time arriving right now. And if we can come in, then we can leave. And that's why the time period is so perfect. Because now that I said 2014, now I'm going to say 2021, which is 41. 4114. I'm not sure which video I should show you. Should I show you 2120? 2120 is, first of all, 2021 is what it is. It's short line rail. This is going back to go. But if this is short line rail, 5, this is the property number. But if we went around from go to this, we'd hit the Mediterranean. If we went around from go to this, if I remember correctly, that's right. We're on Park Avenue. And that's exactly where I live. And then where the other numbers are, the 117 and the 158 that will show up after this in these numbers, those are the 2 cross streets where I live. The river that flows from where I am is the river of love, the Jordan River. Right now they're finding blue, E5. If we want to connect something else into this, we can connect all the pool balls, because number 2 and number 3, which is blue and red, create the purple 4 and 12, which again is 4 and 3. Which is Mars and Earth. And Mars and Earth, 4 by 3 and 4 plus 3 equals to the 19. 1 by 9, 1 plus 9 is 10 and 9, which are the 2 cards which can't be reproduced. The birth and the house we live, the 9 and the 10 card. Then we have Jack, Queen, King. 30 in blackjack for creation, or 36 for the creation of the angel resident, AR. That's why the Jews all like that number 18. But it's Resh, and Resh is what builds the heart, which comes from Lamed. And Lamed, which is part of the 7, is what crisscrosses and keeps connect, which is part of the N family, also known as the DNA, or the centerfold of Rubik's Cube. As you run from the top of Rubik's Cube, 9 down, then 3, then 1, is 13, then you get to N. It's almost like saying the 3 numbers are MNO. All the letters on the telephone have a connection to the creation and can be reproduced and actually show that, say, hey, let's do it again, and it'll work again and again because they're perfect. Certain things are made to be perfect. Certain things you have to go on the outside and say, okay, it's in between, how do I get there? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you know how to get to the spot, but when the city is so big, so large, sometimes you don't enter the city until you see what it's like before you enter if you can't turn around. This is the octagon. What I actually did here from this octagon, because I went flat, I went flat, I went flat, I decided to extend on each side, making 1 box on the inside. And if you take a look, the shape is sigma in Greek, which is the 18th, which is the 18th letter, just like saying Resh. It also says different 10s. But if you're in this 10, if you wanted to go on angles, you go from here to here, from here to here, but you can't go from here to here, because then you're changing position. You can no longer go from here to here. So you go from here to here, and here to here, and then from here to here, and the bicycle wheel keeps turning this way, making the Magen David. You don't get to use 2 of the angles. And then we can go to the clock. And so we did a lot of things, and this equals to 77. And this is also, I think, a division of 47. Let me take a look if that's a division of 47, or a division of 91. There's a lot of numbers, because 47 is huge. I mean, you're talking about 3,600. Yeah, 3,600 if they take away, because in the end of the Jewish calendar, when it splits, it's 3760. So I'm missing 160, which could be 4 by 40 or some other number that I'd have to come up with. I don't make it up, don't worry. So 3641, 3641 divided by 91. Now, 3641 divided by 47. Okay, that wasn't it. There were none that was it. But anyways, 36 and 41 is all the way around Monopoly. come back to go and say, hey, I've seen this place before. I must have started here. I'm one. You put yourself right back where you started. You're one whole. Your one is more whole than anything else. Because when you have a number in front of you, it means you past 10. It means your life. 2021 equals to that 41. When I'm telling you that 47 times 123 equals 5781. It's the Hebrew New Year in 7 years from now. I'm comparing it to time now, which would be 2014. The 5781 is the year 2021. 20 plus 21, or 20 is the man, but his one spirit is inside, and he lives in the house of 21 because he don't own the juice. He's got the soul life. So that's 41. Like I said, remember, 34, 2014. 41. 2021 and 2028, which is time heaven, which means we have reconnected with the new vibration energy. We're in total control of this world, and that's 2028. When you start seeing numbers like 2079, 2079, which I've done before, is 9 by 7 is 63. It means the portal first opened for one of the messiahs, or one of the priests, in 1963, and 1963 minus 47 equals to 16. And 16 is the one spirit of the sixth man, so that's how we know he came to be. Now, I can make that shit up, but 1963 is also the angel resident spirit of creation. 3 plus 6 is 9, which is I, and who I am, and I is 9. You can actually do it like this. Touch here, touch here, touch here, touch here, touch here, touch here. And if you want, you can build your time clock yourself, and you are the hourglass of life. So at the same time, now we did 2028 is 48, and 48 is the longest step around the entire globe of spirit, the biggest the walls can get on the inside, because it numbers change to 4 by 8, and 4 plus 8 is 12, okay? And at 32 and 12 is 44, and that is space creating P, H, and X, which is the pharmaceutical, the medication that's delusioning you because you see and you hear. And there's more to it than just that. So we're going to add them up right now. 8, 1, and 4 is 13. 4 and 4 is 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 11, 13. Oh my God, it's the old pharmacy I used to go to. Pharmaprix. The price you pay for life. That's the reason why this came up. You ever see minor things that come, oh look, Pharmaprix. It also says K&M or MK, which is kosher foods. It equals to 24, which is the day, which comes out of how to create 24 is 6 by 4 and 8 by 3. 8 and 3, 6 and 4, man, heaven, earth, and Mars. I don't make this shit up. All the numbers come back right away. This is your 24-hour a day. I'm going to leave it at this, let it go. We're being cheated in our time. There's more than 24 hours in a day. Okay, our bodies were not made for it, or time has been added on for when we came into this new world. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I want to thank you for watching, and I think this went rather well. Oh yes, what we did is we were talking about the 3 I's, 111, which is 3 by 9 is 27. We had 32, but if they were together and all alone, it would create 9. I. It would show I9, and 27, which would be B, and 7, which would be G, I, B, G, B, I, G. It would say big. And it would also say win once you use number 23 of 7286. Thank you for watching this video. I hope everything went well, and I hope you sleep well if you're just going to bed, because after me I seem to get people to rush. So nobody become a Russian overnight, all right?